What's poppin', T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea All Shade Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 10, Episode 15 review. So we start off this episode exactly where we left off the last time, with the girls getting on the bus to head over to the new hotel. And when they get on the bus, Nene tells the group that Portia has decided to go home. I did notice that Shamia had her black ass still on that goddamn bus. Samia was like, fuck that friendship shit, bitch. I'm staying for the free trip. Marlo thinks that Portia is hurt by what she did to Candy. Candy says after some time, she won't be as mean to her, but she knows she just needs time to get over everything that has happened between her and Portia. So they arrive to the hotel, and the girls share a suite. Nene, Cynthia, and Marlo in one suite. Shamia and Sheree are in a suite, and then Eva and Candy are in another suite. And this hotel was beautiful, by the way. So that night, while everyone is, taking a shower, getting ready for the night and to eat, Tyrone calls Sheree and tells her he misses her. And I'm like, you talking like you just saw her a day ago and you miss her and you ready for her to come home. Like, nigga, you miss her all the time. You ain't got no choice but to miss her, nigga. Like, that whole little jailhouse dynamic of acting like y'all actually are like real life together is weird to me. Like, I miss you, duh. Like, you ain't got nothing to do but miss me, nigga. Like, it's weird, man. So the other girls are eating while Sheree's on the phone, and Candy suggests that they dress Sheree up so she can send Tyrone some sexy pictures. Candy asks Nene has she talked to her about Tyrone, and Nene just immediately is on the defensive and says no, and don't ask me nothing about Tyrone. I've been married for 20 years. I've never been out with Tyrone. And everybody's like, who said that? Like, who said that you ever went out with this man? Like, nobody said that. And I was like, see, you just told on yourself, Nene, because didn't nobody say nothing about you dating him or nothing like that. It's some shit that it went down between Nene and Tyrone. They fucked around. And they fucked around during a time where she was separated from Greg before they went and did that whole divorce thing and got back together or whatever for ratings. Because we all know them niggas never separated for real. But that bitch was over there cheating on Greg. That's what that shit was about. Nene says no, no, wait a minute, I went too far down. Candy, everybody want to know, basically you want to know why Nene is being very super defensive. And she says, me and this man ain't never held hands or kissed. We ain't did nothing because I was smarter than Wigfield. And I was like, okay. Now, she said that in her confessional. And I'm like, you're very defensive. You're very just like, about the whole entire situation. So Sheree comes in and Candy tells her about the photo shoot idea. And Sheree says no, because she looks a hot mess and needs a glam squad and this, and that. And she got every excuse in the book of why she don't want to do it. Marlo gets her to come back and look at some of the things that she bought with her. But Sheree complains about her being on her period and shit like that. And I was like, you a better friend than me, because ain't no way in hell she would have got her bloody bloody pussy ass up in my goddamn clothes and stockings and shit, some shit that I'm gonna wear later. So Eva shows the girls how to pose, and I was like, yes, Eva, show us that you were America's Next Top Model, sis. And I mean, she was giving us a look. Bow, 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 tilt your head, do this, do that. Yes, pose for the camera now, flick, flick. I was here for it. I was like, yes. So then Marlo puts Sheree in this black wig of hers and this black leather trench coat and this black dress with these leopard print stockings and heels, and she looked a goddamn mess. So Cynthia tries to give us a posing lesson after Eva, and it was more like JCPenney catalog versus Sports Illustrated. It just was a mess, and I was like, Cynthia, this is why we never knew who you was before you got on this show. We knew your face from being in various catalogs, bitch, but you was never that runway girl. You was a catalog model. And it was just, I was like, see, Cynthia, this is why Will is fucking me and not you. So Sheree comes out all uncomfortable and manly looking and shit, and she giving us Vince McMahon tease. looking like the Terminator. She just looked so manly and buff and just like a nigga in a drag. And she just looked like Jamie Foxx playing Wanda. It was just not there. So she tried to give us a cute little photo shoot, but it was just terrible. So the girls apparently stayed up all that night twerking and dancing and drinking and shit. And the next morning they get up and they all having their little side conversations, as you know they all do. Nene head is itchy because she slept with that ugly ass lace front on that's glued down to her goddamn forehead. I'm like, bitch, take that shit the fuck off so your scalp can breathe. I know it's stinking there. I don't know how them girls be wearing that shit on their head like that all the time. That is disgusting. I'd be scared like something to crawl up in that motherfucker and just hibernate up in your shit and start having babies. Like, ugh. So Candy tells Sheree about her conversation with Nene and her saying she never dated Tyrone. And Sheree said dating Tyrone, like she never dated Tyrone. And in her confessional, Sheree says Tyrone told me that Nene had a thing for him and this just confirmed it. Shamiz tells her, I think y'all need to talk. And Sheree said, I tried to, and he clearly never dated her. And the way she said that goes back again to when she talked about the whole situation of Nene maybe dating Tyrone and saying he'd never go for a girl like her, this and that. And I'm like, bitch, once again, pussy ain't got no face. And if he like Nene, bitch, he'll like you. Like, you and Nene ain't that far apart on the pretty spectrum. You just a couple notches better looking than Nene in the face, but your body is hella masculine, my nigga. So I don't know why Sheree walking around here like she that bitch, like she just so goddamn drop dead gorgeous. You cute, bitch, but there are 10 million more bitches that look way better than your ass. So I need her to stop acting like Nene is just so compared to her. Is she better looking than Nene? Yes, but you ain't that many notches above being that better looking than Nene. So sit down. So even say, in her confessional, based off Nene's reaction, there's something that happened between her and Tyrone that she doesn't want to rehash. And I mean, that's apparent because them niggas was fucking. Something happened. Either he played her, they was having an affair. Something the fuck went down between Nene and Tyrone. So Sheree tells the girls that Tyrone and Nene knew each other already before she knew him, which we all know, and that her boy Charlie Mack back in the day hit her up and said that his homeboy Tyrone was putting together an event in Philly and that he wanted her, Nene, and Kim to participate. Nene allegedly went to Tyrone because they was cool and asked him to basically give her more money than Sheree and Kim, and did this behind Sheree and Kim's back. She said they tried to talk about it, but it didn't go well. And that flashes back to their infamous confrontation that they had years ago when she told her to fix her teeth and she told her to fix her face and fix her body and all this type of shit. So in the clip, you see Nene say, "You gonna believe Tyrone over me." Remind you, Sheree didn't know Tyrone like that. So from Nene's perspective, how you believe in a motherfucker that you don't even fucking know when you've known me for years. So I don't know who lied, who telling the truth. I don't know if Nene asked for more money over them. Knowing Nene, she probably the fuck did. Don't put shit past Nene ass. I think they all messy. Her and Nene, Sheree and Nene are both messy as fuck. I just think that based on what I've seen, is that Sheree is a little bit more cutthroat than Nene. From what I've witnessed on the show so far, Sheree ain't really got no soul when it comes to these bitches. She ain't really friends with nobody. And even Kim, her and Kim ain't friends for real. That shit is superficial. That shit is surface level bullshit for this show. Other than that, them hoes ain't friends for real like that. Candy points out that Nene and Sheree fell out for years behind that argument. Mind you, that was, I think it was like maybe one more season after that she was on the show, and after that, Nene got Sheree fired, if y'all remember. At their reunion, she was like, I remember Nene threatening her on that reunion that, bitch, this will be your last reunion. And it sure in the fuck was for years. It wasn't until she was asked back on the show that they communicated again. So they went years without speaking to one another. So in her confessional, Sheree says, Nene acted like we made up, but while the face may have changed, the rotten personality didn't. I was like, ooh, bitch, low blow. So The girls head out for the day and talk about the protesting going on between the Spanish government and the citizens, because it's really shaking them up, going through, all this, turmoil over there. And I know I'd be scared too, being in a foreign country where they protesting and all this shit in the streets. Hell, we can barely survive over here in America. I don't want to go nowhere on vacation and damn near fear for my life. So Candy is asked, is she a good kisser? And she says yes. And then we see Cynthia on the bus licking. I'm like, what is going on? Like, Cynthia is obviously horny for Candy's puss. I'm like, bitch, just go sit on her face. Why don't you? It's obviously you want Candy to suck on that clit, bitch. And I don't want no parts of it. I am strictly dickly. Maybe that's why you and Will ain't vibing the way me and Will is vibing, because you want us to have a threesome of some shit, and I ain't down for it. But girl, like, Cynthia, you and that old hot box of yours need to sit down somewhere. So even Candy don't even know why Cynthia is like so fixated on her throughout this trip. And I was like, 50 Cent checking shit off her box. Maybe you on her list of damn things. Fuck Candy. Maybe that's on the list. I don't know. So Eva looked really cute while they was out and about with those little sunflowers in her hair, her little high-low dress, her boots. I love the whole look. Candy's new confessional look is everything. It's one of her best looks that she's ever done, because it's really hit or miss with Candy, but her fashions have come a long way. So Shamia, Candy, and Sheree go out to eat together while the other girls eat at another restaurant. Candy tells them that she's worried about all the protesting. Eva tells the girls that Sheree explained to them what happened between her and Nene, and that she didn't know that Sheree and Nene had just gotten back cool here recently. Nene says, ask me about Greg Lease, because that's who I'm with. I have no desire to speak on anything that happened years ago. You didn't like that Shamia asked you about your past. I think it's disrespectful to keep asking me about Sheree, her man, or anything else. And with that, I can respect that, because if Eva don't want nobody asking her questions about shit that happened in her past, don't ask me shit about mine, goddammit. So on day 3, the girls are getting dressed. Nene, Marlo, and Cynthia are eating breakfast when Marlo brings up that Sheree being quiet is really bothering her. Nene says, Sheree always quiet. And I'm like, shit, Sheree ain't never got nothing to say unless it's telling somebody else's damn business. And I realized that the reason why Sheree is always running and telling somebody else's business and keeping up mess so nobody can focus on her and her shit. Because I'm like, why don't nobody ever focus on the fact that, bitch, you ain't got no coins? That your house still ain't all the way furnished for real? That house ain't even in your damn name? That the fact that you dating a whole jailbird ass nigga? The fact that before him, we never even saw you with a man because you low-key a lesbian, bitch. How about let's talk about those things, Sheree? Y'all keep on like missing the point when it comes to Sheree, these girls in this cast. She does this shit so y'all won't get into her goddamn business. Y'all need to start hitting her with her own goddamn bones, and then maybe she'll shut the fuck up. So um, Nene says Sheree don't ride on nobody's side. Sheree is down for Sheree, because the tea is Sheree knew about the tape long before we got to Barcelona, meaning the tape Brielle taping them bugs in Nene's bathroom. Marlo says, you think she knew? And she was like, Cynthia says, no, she told me. Then they flash back to the dinner scene where Sheree said to Cynthia that she already knew about the tape. In Nene's confessional, she says the least Sheree could have done is said, listen, Kim and her daughter take these water bugs. They're going to use it against you. Sheree brought these people into my home. It just shows what type of person she is as well. And I forgot about the fact that Nene didn't even invite Kim or Brielle to her white party. Sheree brought her as a +1. So Sheree, I feel like, was being messy as well. Bitch, you lumped into that whole thing, and bitch, you ain't welcome to my house no more either after that event. You on the damn no list along with Duck Lip and Duck Lip Jr., goddamn it. And I'm like, Sheree, why are you that dumb to be riding with Kim of all people? Like, Nene didn't get your ass fired once before. You need to be riding with Nene, because Nene is basically the star of the show. She is the head honcho of the Atlanta girls. Next on the list is Candy. Bitch, if she look at Andy and say, choose me or Sheree, they're going to choose Nene over Sheree any damn day. Because first of all, you have no storyline as it is. So let's keep it 100. Cynthia wants to have a spiritual moment while they're there, so the girls go on an hour-long ride so she can get baptized. Candy plays her new song on the bus. I can't fuck with fake people. I can't stand her voice. She sounds terrible. They get to another part of Spain and head to the sea so they can have a moment of reflection. They all have candles with each other's name underneath, and they have to say something nice about that person. Um, Candy is ready to let her issues with Portia go because it's not that deep to her anymore. I'm like, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. But they will never be friends. We all know this. But she just knows how to fuck with her at this point. Cynthia then gets in the water and starts rubbing water on her chest. And I guess this is supposed to be spiritual, but it just looked like you just like fanning yourself with water because you was hot. I don't know. It was weird. But that's my review. Let me know what you all think of tonight's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I give tonight's episode a C minus. It was alright. It wasn't really that great as the last episode. Hopefully it gets back on track next week. Make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel if you have not, and make sure to hit that notification bell button so you know when my videos drop. I will see you all tomorrow for the Love and Hip Hop reunion episodes. Love you guys very much. Bye.